Maps are supposed to show us the world as it is, right? Solid, reliable, trustworthy. But what if I told you that for centuries, maps have been filled with places that never really existed, or worse, that mysteriously disappeared? Imagine sailing across the ocean, expecting to find land, and instead finding nothing but endless water. Creepy, right? Today, we're diving into 5 islands that completely vanished from maps. Some of them were mistakes, others were mirages, and a few might even hide darker secrets. And stick with me, because the last one on this list might just be the most famous lost island in history. Let's dive in. 1. Bermeja Island, Mexico. Let us start with an island that vanished in modern times, and this one could be changed who controls millions of barrels of oil. For centuries, maps of the Gulf of Mexico showed a tiny patch of land called Bermeja, just off the Yucatan coast. Spanish explorers noted it, old charts drew it, and even Mexican government documents listed it as real. But here's where it gets strange. In the 1990s, surveyors went looking for it. And guess what? Bermeja was gone. Some scientists say the island might have eroded away, or maybe rising seas swallowed it. But others whisper about something far more suspicious. Without Bermeja, Mexico lost its claim to huge oil reserves in the Gulf. Did the island ever exist at all? Or was it erased for political reasons? Think about this for a second. An island that could rewrite international borders just disappears. So what do you think? Was Bermeja real or a phantom created for power? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this mystery still sparks debate today. 2. Sandy Island, Australia. Okay, Bermeja was shocking, but this next one fooled the entire world, even in the digital age. For years, there was a mysterious spot in the South Pacific near New Caledonia. Maps called it Sandy Island. And get this, it wasn't just on old charts, it was on modern atlases, shipping logs, and even Google Maps. That's right, you could literally zoom in and see it. A huge island, more than 15 miles long. But here's where it gets strange. In 2012, a team of Australian scientists sailed right over its coordinates and found absolutely nothing. No island, no sand, just deep blue ocean. It made global headlines. How could an island survive on maps for centuries, only to vanish in front of satellites? The most likely explanation is that it all started with a bad charting error back in the 19th century. But that one mistake got copied, and copied again, until the error lived on longer than the truth. So here's my question for you. If Google Maps, the tool we trust every day, can be fooled by a phantom island, how many other errors might still be hiding on our screens right now? 3. Hy-Brasil, Ireland. Now, if Sandy Island was a modern mistake, this next one is pure legend. Off the coast of Ireland, sailors and storytellers whispered about a phantom land called Hy-Brasil. Think about this for a second. Medieval maps showed it for hundreds of years, sitting in the Atlantic like a shadowy twin of Ireland. According to Celtic myth, Hy-Brasil was a land cloaked in mist, visible only once every 7 years. Some swore it was a place of eternal riches, others believed it was ruled by mysterious beings. Sailors claimed they saw it, explorers tried to reach it, and mapmakers kept drawing it. But no expedition ever landed there. By the 19th century, cartographers quietly erased Hy-Brasil from maps, leaving behind nothing but folklore. Here's where it gets strange. Why did so many different people, across centuries, insist they saw the same island? Was it a trick of the light or something more? And hey, let me ask you, if you had the chance to visit a legendary island like Hy-Brasil, knowing it might vanish tomorrow, would you go? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious who's brave enough. 4. Thule, ancient Greece. All right, let's step way back in time, back to the ancient Greeks, who believed they had discovered the very edge of the world. They called it Thule, The explorer Pytheas claimed to have sailed there around 300 BCE. He described a land of endless daylight in the summer, frozen seas, and a strange twilight where the ocean seemed to turn into jelly. Sounds like science fiction, right? But to the Greeks, Thule was real, a land beyond the known world. Some historians think Pytheas may have been describing Iceland, or maybe Norway. Others believe he saw Greenland. But the problem is, nobody can agree. For centuries, Thule appeared on maps like a mysterious northern outpost before slowly fading into legend. Now here's the fun part. Imagine being a sailor in ancient times, thinking you've reached the very edge of the earth. Would you keep going or turn back? Be honest. Drop your answer in the comments, because I know some of you would chase the mystery all the way into the ice. 5. Crespo Island, Pacific Ocean. All right, now let's jump to the vast Pacific Ocean, where 19th century sailors were convinced they had found a new island. They called it Crespo Island. Naval charts marked it, captains logged it, and for decades, ships adjusted their courses to avoid it. On paper, it was as real as any other island out there. But here's where it gets strange. When later expeditions sailed right through its supposed coordinates, there was nothing. No rocks, no shoals, no land at all, just endless blue water. So what happened? Some experts think the sailors may have mistaken a school of whales or even a low-lying cloud bank for land. Others believe it was simply a navigation error that spread from chart to chart. Now, think about this. For decades, crews trusted maps that warned them about an island that never existed. If you were the captain, would you dare to ignore the charts and sail straight through, or would you play it safe? Tell me in the comments. I want to know how brave you'd be out on the open sea.